So hello guys, welcome back to my channel. This is Parth Bavishi. Today we have Dipak Parmar with us.
Never took the money from my parents, and if you are taking a 4-year course and you have a co-op opportunity, I would highly recommend that co-op opportunity because you are building that skill set working in a real job rather than by yourself.
Practical experience.
Yeah, like a full real experience. You just have to have minimal very understanding like what is HTML and all of that to get a co-op job. You don't have to
So basically to have a co-op is better than not doing a co-op and graduating, right? So
otherwise you have to have a great skill set and experience that you have built over the time, like whether working part-time or your personal projects. And then more of the focus, I would say the clubs are the best start to jump in, because even you don't have an interest, maybe just show up to one of the meetings or what they do, ask them if you like it, it's good, otherwise go to the next club, you might find some interest.
Yeah,
lots of people say I have so many interests, or I don't have interest right now, but it's again socializing, networking, that's all of the part. You will learn a lot of the things about,
because that's when you meet new people, right?
Yeah.
When you go to clubs like, I don't know, there is TRU India Club, TRU Bangladesh Club, Toastmasters.
Yep.
These are like, and TRU, I think TRU Generator. So it's not like a club, but it's like a very entrepreneurship related.
Yeah, like it's a more of the entrepreneurship hub where it's directly connected to Kamloops innovation, entrepreneurial support, like what are all the things that you can do if you have idea, start to end there.
Damn, and oh my god. So guys, he's one of the most popular guy. Like, so when I joined TRU, I just knew through 2-3 people who made it kind of big in TRU, and he's one of them. So
Not that huge big, but it's, I think maybe on that time.
Tell us, what did you study? What is the course structure like? Yeah.
I came to TRU in 2018 for computer science. That was my main program, computer science, Bachelor of Computer Science, and then after 2.5 years, I ended up with computer science diploma, as I saw an opportunity that.
Damn. So bro, how many courses do you have in the course, and how long does it take to complete the whole year? Like whole course, sorry. Yeah.
So the whole Bachelor's of Computer Science program is 4 year. That's kind of average. Most of the students complete within a 4 year.
4 year, around 40 courses, 42?
Yeah, 40.
40. And is it hard, easy for students, like compared to India or any other country? Like, what do you think or is it the same? Like, you have to really put in work in the courses, like.
The main difference in Indian engineering courses or any of the related Bachelors of Science we call BSc, same here. The difference I would put is a theoretical knowledge versus practical knowledge. Here you are more into practical knowledge every single course. You mostly are focused on doing assignments, and that's more of written theoretical knowledge. You have practical classes, it's maybe like once or twice, or I don't know, right now it's maybe 3 times a week, but that's more of the theoretical knowledge that I see there. Practical, you have to rely on your own self, and then here I will say you have a lot of outside the classroom opportunity. So it's again, you have to still do it by yourself, but there's a lot more focus from the university or education system that you want to jump in and then grab that opportunity. The local innovation hub or things like TRU Generator, which provides an entrepreneurship guidance there. So there's lots of options there.
So bro, what do you think? People who are coming to Canada, what is the scope and opportunities for web developing or computer science in general? Like, so basically this thing is web developing. You specialized in web developing, or how is it?
My primary focus these days are more cloud automation, infrastructure and data center management. That's where I specialize right these days.
So what are the scopes, opportunities? Like, is it too big, massive in Canada, or any idea regarding that?
I would put it in a general, whether you're in North America or then full USA, IT is always booming, that booming sector, but also there are things that you need to be standing up, because web development is again like, there are companies in North America who outsource web developers from India or the South Asian countries there, because the talent is, again, you will get the higher talent and more experienced talent in a cheaper cost. So you have to be more specialized expertise if you are trying to move to the Canada or some countries to actually get the better payment. You can still have the like normal experience and you can get the payment, but that the annual salary and all of that bonus and that things depends on how many special expertise that you brought in. Like one person might have you still have a tiny bit of marketing experience, a tiny bit of web development experience, tiny bit of cloud management experience, tiny bit of database experience, and all different sorts of experience in one single person.
Yeah, that's crazy. And bro, any web developing courses you want to suggest to anyone who is watching this video or who is coming to Canada in general?
True, there's lots of platforms, lots of community online available. Just find the purpose that what you find as a passion or what things that you like to do, and find out one of the best YouTuber guy or someone that you feel like, okay, for me, I like to have the videos in a pretty small snippet side of the things, and then explains me that this is the one algorithm, how it's supposed to do, and then why it's been used, rather than just follow the step-by-step guide and do it. That will take me more time, and I might skip a lot of steps on there. So I would say more intent focused learning that I like. And then there's Udemy, there's all of the Coursera and all of that. They have all of experience. So
there are a lot of free courses too, right?
Yeah, there's free courses, and one special thing that I mentioned is LinkedIn Learning. In my time, TRU had the LinkedIn Learning in a student package. So if you are a student, you all had the LinkedIn Learning a premium version, so you have access to pretty much all the premium courses on LinkedIn Learning.
Wow.
Now that TRU does not offer that, but there's an alternative in Kamloops. If you go to the TRU's Kamloops library, which is in downtown, and if you get a membership card, you still get the premium benefits that you would like to have all the so just sign in with your membership card, and then you get all the premium services as long as you're in Kamloops. And just once a year, just use any books or anything that you want to read there.
So basically, are there any membership charges for the?
There's no membership. It's a free.
Just you take the membership and you can get this thing premium.
Yeah, and there's
I didn't know that.
There's more than that LinkedIn Learning. There's like so many other services like online movies site. With that membership you get, so you get like all the premium movies that you can watch on their platform, and there's all the different things that you can, like discounts for local shops and all of that.
Damn. That's amazing. So bro, the next question is what skills to develop before getting the jobs, like web developing jobs, computer science jobs? Any idea? Like
from my experience, I always took an approach for skills. The university time is actually the best that you can try and go to the next one. But after we finish the university, you are now fully jumped into the employment market, where if you don't have a job, you might gonna struggle. You need the money. If you have money, then you can do again, try and error. But while you're in university, your job or money is not that much necessary. So you have lots of option to try a different skill set. And whether you choose web development or something else, it's a software development. Web development is a kind of the necessary HTML, CSS. You have to have an understanding about how a website works, how the servers works, how your website is getting fetched from the servers, or if you want to deploy the website, how you deploy it, and how you can have access to the database, or what kind of databases are there. And that's all of the, I think, primary skill set.
Before applying for part-time jobs or full-time jobs, they should work on this area of having good skills, or like there should be the primary focus, right, before getting into the job market.
I think my approach is different, but this is also the general approach that I recommend for everybody, because not everybody has the same approach as me, and then maybe they want to do fast forward rather than slow down things. If you are taking a 4-year course and you have a co-op opportunity, I would highly recommend that co-op opportunity, because you are building that skill set and working in a real job rather than by yourself.
Practical experience.
Yeah, like a full real experience. You just have to have minimal very understanding, like what is HTML and all of that, to get a co-op job. You don't have to like okay 1 year of experience to get in the co-op. So that's a benefit. But if you don't, after finishing your school and you don't have that minimal like 1 or 2 years of experience, there's less companies who will hire you. Hiring a student, a company gets any money from a government. So government wants all the employees and all of the students to learn and adapt and have the better skill set. So the employees are getting paid for that, to train on students, and you are also learning something, new technologies or new things without in a corporate environment. But if you after that, employees are not getting paid to get training, and that's again totally waste of their money to teach you something how they should work on your company. So so
basically to have a co-op is better than not doing a co-op and graduating, right? So
otherwise you have to have a great skill set and experience that you have built over the time, like whether working part-time or your personal projects, that even your personal project doesn't have to be like super huge. If you share and build something that's important for the problems that I'm trying to solve, some of the things that in my time I try to build is like TRU has lots of data about like courses and all of that thing. How there's a one single app and then that app is not super great, and I built an API scraping that data just so I can use it on my calendar and all of that, so I don't have to rely on app. all the assignments and all of things automatically added to my calendar based on Moodle and all of that things. And exams, when the exams are published, it automatically is my calendar. So very hard
I
to
think
call up.
you made an app which was on the TRU page also, right? It's the same one, like
Different research project that I got into, but yeah, it's technically similar there.
similar, yeah. The app which you made, which you're talking about before this, it's just like adding it to your calendar, so you already know what all things are gonna come in future, like what all exams are gonna be there. It's already scheduled in there, right?
Yeah, it actually works in a schedule based in.
This is like a very good app.
The project that I never published it, as I in computer science or any field, we often limit things if we don't have a certification or in terms of say security side of the things.
Because someone might copy.
Not in terms of copy, but it's
Okay.
like it may be a security data risk. Like, okay, if I built it something, I'm using it, so nobody else has access. But how about like I'm making it publicly and somebody actually gets in, and one student's account, like, okay, they can check what assignment that this guy is submitting, what assignment is doing. It's again kind of privacy thing that again I was here for today, privacy conference.
Damn. I'm coming to a very interesting question. What has been your experience in TRU in terms of, okay, studies is a part, but like as a student, what makes it more lively, more engaging in terms of being a part of events, making your own club, being, I don't know, a part of TRU board of director, or just like share your bit, like from starting as a normal student to having this vast experience in TRU, like just a little bit. Because genuinely it's a lot. Like as a new student, I came and bro, like I used to just go to them that bro, give me something, like, you know.
Yeah.
Right now I've been in a lot, but as a new student, it's just his face, 2-3 other students' his face, which was on it, like on the poster or like on an election page, I don't know, everywhere. So bro, just share your bit, like, yeah. Because bro, many students don't do, you know what I mean? Like they just act like a normal student, do a job, sleep, like, you know, they don't be a part of a lot of things. It takes like at some point a good work ethic in terms of getting engaged in all the events. So
Yeah.
like what was your mindset and how did you plan and get in all of these things? Like, yeah,
I have already done a lot of kind of the mini software projects.
made a plan to come to Canada in future and then TRU, or
Coming to the Canada and or choosing which country I want to go in as abroad as well, kind of something. One of my relative, or I should say one of my relative came to home and their son was in Canada. And after that, all of that things that they mentioned about like, okay, that person makes like 4 lakhs in a month, like that's a lot. And then after that I checked like what is the IT things works in Canada or Australia, or which country is the best. And then I had shortlisted Canada and Australia. I also got an university, but also that expense was so high. And then Canada was like multiple options that I got, but most of them were colleges. And as an again, I always want to have a backup plan and or a good recognized university, and TRU was one of them. So I finally chose TRU to come here. Like, just do things. The byproduct of that, all of that thing is a lot.
So that's amazing, bro. So just tell us about, like, if a student is coming to TRU, what they can expect, anything related to club, or what is TRU board of directors, something like, you know, your experience overall, like in all this stuff, events, clubs.
If you are coming to TRU, or I would say any university, make it priority. What's your focus? The classroom things, how you wanna get in the classroom, or how you wanna get into the outside of the world. So if you're gonna go outside of the world, you also need to keep a balance, because if you fail, that's not gonna help. So better you wanna at least achieve a passing grade. And if you have something different mindset, then okay, I wanna at least have 80%, then do that plan for like 10% extra, so in some sort of, if you got a job or something that happens, you still can manage it. And then more of the focus, I would say the clubs are the best start to jump in, because even you don't have an interest, maybe just show up to one of the meetings or what they do, ask them if you like it, it's good, otherwise go to the next club, you might find some interest. Lots of people say I have so many interests, or I don't have interest right now. But it's again socializing, networking, that's all of the part. You will learn a lot of the things about,
because that's when you meet new people, right?
Yeah.
When you go to clubs, like, I don't know, there is TRU India Club, TRU Bangladesh Club, Toastmasters.
Yep.
These are like, and TRU, I think TRU Generator, sorry. It's not like a club, but it's like a very entrepreneurship related.
Yeah, like it's a more of the entrepreneurship hub where it's directly connected to Kamloops innovation, entrepreneurial support, like what are all the things that you can do if you have idea, start to end there.
Damn. And tell us about TRU. I think you were in TRU board of directors for how many years? 2 or 3 years?
With the TRU, I think I did 3.5 years there.
That's whole bachelor's almost.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I started as a services member,
So
which is a volunteer.
Before going there, tell us if a student is new, what is TRU and like, yeah, then explain
Okay,
what we were.
yeah. TRU, I would
Yeah.
say it's as it says TRU and SU. So any university or any company, you might have a union, and this is the, again, student-led union where group of the student who participate in a different issues of the students, and it's not just also about the student, it's also the human life issues and all of that different things. But they primarily focus on the student issues and how to resolve that. So they are the representative of whole student body who continuously work for different issues and also providing services. I started as a services member, which is again a volunteer position. You don't need like a full commitment.
So it's like a member at large, right?
Yeah, it's a member
so
at large.
basically, I think there are 19 paid positions in TRU, and I think there are 4 or 5 committees. 4 committees. I think there are 4 committees, and each committee has 3 member at large positions. So you got in for services member at large.
Yeah.
It's a volunteer, like it's not getting paid, it's just getting experience.
Yeah, the services member is like volunteer position. It's again kind of a starting point for some people, and for me, as I was new, I think it was my first, after my end of the first semester I applied for it, and then my summer, that's my second semester which I took off and I got into. And that was actually weird that I had to move to the Vancouver but I still continued volunteering and there. So member at large is the start. I started at member at large and then became to a board member next year. Yeah, for board member election. So that was my full second and a half year. And then third year I ran for vice president. So that was kind of my
from being a member at large to vice president.
Yeah.
Damn, that's good. So, and the last thing which I want to touch is Hack to TRU. Just tell us a little bit about how has been your experience, because I think you were the president of the whole thing, right? So
yeah, I think Hack to TRU has it's kind of the final product that never came out. It's Hack to TRU came as it was a part of open source club, which also I founded to also more focus on the open source and contribution there, not just only the software side of the thing. There's a lot of different places that people need help, and that contribution is very much needed, and there's lots of benefits by default there. Hack to TRU was something that why not everybody from school students to the university students and learn that all the skill set they need, and end of the day there is something cool they have built that's going to solve the world's problem. It doesn't matter like you're just in 10th grade or you're doing MBA. Everybody has some role into the full product that you're building or service that you're building. Somebody can contribute a financial information about like, does it make sense to provide this much money to build this product, or is it going to help our economy, or whatever the product that you're going to build. First iteration of the Hack to TRU was to at least include the TRU and then schools around the TRU, and also cover a little bit of Okanagan rather than going a full again national wide, and that requires lots of planning. And we almost covered up lots of event planning, talking to lots of sponsors including Google and lots of bigger companies.
I've heard you had big sponsors.
And that's almost, it was like something $40,000 of planning. And we were in Britain, we secured almost like 30 grand, and still there's lots of planning needed, because when people are coming you need to also think about accommodation and all of that. But in short, it didn't finish as and COVID happened and we had to just shut down, and then like suddenly everybody got busy, and that's kind of it left. But I think
a good learning experience.
It was a great learning experience to do at that scale. And then I think there's another team that's again getting built who's gonna work on the next iteration where I left off. So if anybody wanna join, they can still be part of that and continue that movement.
So basically they'll pick it up from where it's left and then they'll kind of complete it.
Yeah. And my goal on that also is to like it's an annual movement that it's a platform to everybody, whether you don't know about coding or anything, like zero. There is a workshop, there is a learning opportunity, there's a networking, directly talk to the employers, and the people from these companies were directly assigned to your team to actually get all the mentorship right away in that full 3 days. So that's like a huge, and if you build up something, they're all right away actually looking at you, that how you think about how you solve the problem, and end of the day, there is also a chance like before you graduate, you have an offer letter right on that. So
Wow.
so you don't again, it's again that practical experience that you are going to build.
Yeah.
So that was a goal, but I think let's
Yeah.
see whenever it's picked up.
Damn, because it was such a big thing back then. Like it was a great project because, like, he doesn't remember. I told him before we started this video that I even got interviewed by him, and like they were kind of like, you know, the people who were picking up the right people for the job. And he told me that there were how many 200, 300 in total applications.
Yeah, like we had over like 350, and then
How many to get selected?
We
Yeah.
screened around like 300 people, and my day on that month was kind of full jam pack. I started at 6 o'clock and
Yeah.
I go home at like 9 o'clock. But I finished like closed my interview slot at like 7 or 8, and that was on that time where I was a part of the TRU was social media ambassador program, academic advisor ambassador program, and TRU and my own club and my class and my work, and that's definitely a lot. But it's again, if you directly jump into all of that, you're definitely gonna fall. I didn't got into all of that at once. It started one by one. I got trained automatically into like how to handle this many things, and that was like that's a really great experience that I think I right now these days it helps me is right now still I do 2 jobs and I have my own company and all of that, but with that it helps me to plan my whole day, working for both company, prioritize all the meetings and still finish the work that I'm supposed to do, and I'm able to do that. So that's kind of was a good experience how to plan my day or a whole week with a proper schedule there.
Damn. So like how many people do you pick it from the whole big slot, like out of 300, 350? What was your team for Hector to carry?
I think I don't have the actual number because
Roughly?
people were joining and going back and replacing, as it's a longer process and people have to stick longer, more than a 1 month or 3 months, as
Absolutely, yeah.
it's so on that time, if I say that roughly I had 16 to 20 people.
Wow.
on the same page, so it's continuous average number there.
Damn, perfect. So we won't take much of his time. So like last 2 questions, like if a new student is coming to Kamloops, any advice for them, something they should take care of, or like just like you think that you did a mistake or you took care of something which could have been a mistake, but you know you were extra careful about something, anything, what do you think? A piece of advice.
One thing, a transportation, don't make a mistake first year or like even until you graduate. If you don't need a transportation, don't buy a car or vehicle. That's I would say the biggest mistake.
Yeah.
Because one thing, you might have only time for weekends to use that vehicle, and you still have to pay insurance and maintenance on your car. That's all of that things. And unless if you're not super, your work requires a car, or you already get the transit bus pass, so you're already wasting that money. Even it's like $50 or $100 for your semester, you're still wasting that money. For me, I think I have that independent vibe that whatever the first money that I got for my first year, after that I never took the money from my parents, and that's where I want to live, like making that decision. You don't have to ask that money from your parents. It's not about like, again, like you don't wanna, they're not gonna give you, but it's again becoming a self-independent part there. So that's something that I would highly recommend. If you don't need it, don't spend it. And the housing is also another biggest one. First year, if this is your first time abroad, I would say get into the TRU's housing, because at least for a first semester, even it's higher prices, because that's gonna solve a lot of problems. Like first month, you don't have to go through all of the headache like moving for and having bad housemates and all of that thing and figuring out all of the first month. Just study and explore the area. There is lots of activities that TRU tours and all of that thing. So first explore the Kamloops. Once you get into the Kamloops, where you know where to find things and what is the closest place and what is your needful things. I think after that you can move out and find your place. So that's the one thing that I suggest.
But I think it's a very, very big piece of advice. Like I still stay on campus housing and I don't regret that decision. It's an amazing feeling. You meet so many new students. In off campus, your house is somewhere so far. I don't know. It's like, as a student, it's too lively. I don't know. So definitely, just taking care of that expense and just staying on campus at least for a semester is a big decision.
Yeah.
Okay, so perfect. So on that note, we'll end the interview. Thank you so much, bro.
Yeah,
It's
thank
been a
you.
pleasure because believe me, I always had him on the list when I was planning to interview people for various other what is it called videos. So I mean, yeah, it's been pleasure. He was coming to the university and that's when we instantly planned and he
Yeah.
was on board. So yeah, it's been great. Thank you so much, guys, for watching this video. Please like, share, and subscribe. And if you want to say,
Yeah, do the same, like, subscribe, and if you have any comments or have a question, probably feel free to just edit the comments and you can still ask me, but don't expect that times it's yeah.
he's not a good texter according
Now,
to him. but
nowadays
yeah.
I'm not a good social media person. I might see the things what's in the social media or my messages,
Yeah.
but I definitely got busy with something and it skipped on my list to come back.
But
So-
still, I'll put all the social handles down below. So check it out, guys. Thank you so much. Bye bye.